Yo, Joes and agents of Cobra Command, look what just arrived in the mail. To Joe fans, this is the VAMP. However, Giggles? Funskool? Those of you in the know will know that this is produced in India. And while the box looks pretty beat, you'd think it's old stock. No. This was produced in 2022 by Funskool India. Incredible. The age-old VAMP mold is still alive and well and doing a roaring trade in India. I've been curious about this for some time. It looks like a VAMP with the VAMP Mark II molding elements. It has additional parts in that it has a spare tire instead of a weapon system, and it's available in an army style, in a police blue style, in a red sports car off-road vehicle sort of racer style. And I think there's also a fire rescue version. So you could kit out your Shockwave or your barbecue with their very own set of wheels, but I think this one in the green gives us a nice variation to the standard VAMP motor pool, and the fact that it doesn't have a big honking machine gun or laser gun or rocket launcher kind of allow it more uses, more function, more versatility. You don't always want to be loaded for bear for a firefight. Sometimes you just need to drive the general to another base or down to the airfield, for instance. So this is going to be a nice all-purpose addition if it passes the touch test. I'm very curious to feel if the plastic matches up to the original, but we're going to find out together. Well, I'm going to find out and you're going to have to take my word for it. So this arrived today, and it's kind of been 2 months in limbo, or a month and a half I should say, not because of the international leg of the postage, but mainly because it was about a month just sitting in India somewhere. Perhaps the sort of customs queue on the way out of the country is very long. Here we go. Right out the bat, there are some interesting new elements. Check these metal rivets. It's like they don't want to rely on the clip system of the original, so they've given it some additional bolts riveting to keep, I suppose, the roll bar from coming up. That's a bit sloppy. This section seems to be already like plastic fatigued. You see some whitening, some stress marks there. But you know what? It is a hard plastic Jeep. It doesn't feel lighter than the original or less rigid. It doesn't feel like a flexible, soft plastic. So already it's got that over the recent Hasbro Stinger O-ring repurposing the mold or remold. The tire is a reproduction of the side tires, which is nice. Metal axles, and it's nice to have fresh ones. I mean, hopefully these are, yeah, they're machined, they are nice and straight, haven't borne the weight of a child pressing down on them during play, so this will roll very freely. It feels cheaper, definitely, but not so much to drive me to distraction. The shade of green doesn't really match up to the box, if I'm honest. It's a far deeper green, more of an emerald, I guess, or what would you call that? Artist Fundies, drop down in the comments and tell me what color this most closely matches. My camera is kind of picking it up true to life. Bit of like scummy mold release there. But what you gonna do, man? I'm sure these tools are, if not the original tools, close enough. And they've just been used on and on and on, well past this toy's lifespan. Oh, we got some extras. Didn't notice that. I just noticed that the steering wheel wasn't present, so I was like, I guess I got shortchanged, but no, I did not. Let's get into these guys. Okay, when in doubt, just use the blade. gas cans. I never had the original gas cans, so this is a rare treat. They're kind of a waxy plastic, not the harder plastic, but the mold is adequately sharp. They've got the filler cap right there. Set those down. A little bit nonsensical. I don't know how you're supposed to put them in with the spare tire in place. Maybe the spare tire can come out. It does rotate, but I don't know if it's keyed just like the launcher would be. And I don't want to... Something's happening. Yeah, it probably is keyed. So they didn't bother change the molding back there, but I can't really find the exit hole just yet. But presumably these would fit in, though it seems like a very tight space. Even with the tire removed, these are quite thick based, and to fit them in there, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Maybe this pulls out oh, yeah, it does. Huh, okay, cool. We've made that discovery together. Oh my word. That's awesome. Little play feature, the sort of back basket can kind of disappear into the vehicle a little bit. Make it a little bit more low profile, but when they're in, they're in. The steering wheel, that's bloody good. Yeah, man. That's like the VAMP Mark 1. Should go in nicely. Oh. Yes, okay. The dash did sort of sag a little bit as I pushed it in, but that's pretty normal. There's really not much keeping that dash, not much to add any kind of resistance. Very thin in places, but check the molding. It's spot on. Yeah, I still have no idea why these are riveted. Actually, I do have an idea why they're riveted. I set it up earlier. It's to keep this from dropping down, which was always a problem with the originals, as I recall. I think it was a dab of glue in there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's bring in... I don't have an original VAMP for comparison, unfortunately, but I got the next best thing. This is also a Hasbro mold. This is the Street Striker, which was a Giles vehicle from the Street Fighters line. And yeah, Street Striker feels only marginally heavier and better quality, but at a squint, this will work. I want to get rid of those lame-ass stickers. They are paper and probably not very good adhesive. I've already got one peeling over there, and because they're pre-applied, they're pretty wonky in places. And also a bit of plastic. Whoop, don't fail me now, Street Striker. Also a little bit of plastic flash on those rims. But I like the print. The MRF is pretty cool. That I believe is the company, the holding company of Funskool. Or maybe it's a subsidiary. Either way, they are related. Here's the front profile. Side. What am I saying? Front profile, there's no such thing. And back. He's got one random sticker on that side and nothing matching it. So yeah, as I say, the sticker is going to be the first thing to go. Nope. There it is. Just flaked off into the box. I suppose I can be expecting that with all these stickers. The adhesive's probably cack. And then maybe a lick of paint will make this guy very respectable. But I'm not unhappy with that at all. It was all of about 15 US, all up. Oh, wait, I think there was a shipping cost, but it wasn't exorbitant, as I recall. No, there was free shipping on this. Yeah, for whatever reason, maybe there's a trade agreement between Australia and India, but I had free shipping on this sucker. Nice. I mean, you are going to wait a good chunk of time, so it's not the best if you're impatient, but yeah, man. Colonel Hawk's going for a ride. As we see, the same deficiency of all VAMPs, they barely fit under the roll bar, but that's not bad at all, man. It's just fun to have a variation on this mold, and like I say, kind of a variation that's not all guns blazing. It's nice to have that space filled in with something cool and makes sense, and it's the same wheels and rims. Very happy with that. Should we take it outside and give it a spin? Yeah, let's. Guys, I'm so relieved. This toy will develop my motor skills, stimulate my senses, and encourages my curiosity and discovery. Winning. Very obvious signs of poor molding and poor assembly. You can see a lot of plastic stress. It's not quite fully tabbed in the back. About 15 bucks. What you gonna do for a classic? I'm still smiling about this purchase. It's good, and my curiosity has been quenched. Fun. Would recommend. I mean, depending on whether you want VAMP variations badly, this is certainly one of them. And it is definitely disposable enough to stuff with firecrackers and send off a cliff, which may or may not happen in a GI Joburg Playmation. You never know. Did I say Playmation? Playmotion. Get it right, Steve. Anyways, this has been a fun little quick shot, I suppose, on the MRF Funskool Giggles? 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 VAMP or Army Jeep. Nectarines. Yum.